Hey guys, now before I actually start the video, I would like to explain why it's been a week since I've uploaded, and there were a lot of reasons. First of all, what I explained in my last video, and then I was preparing for my reading end of year finals, so I really didn't have any more time other than just to do work on this ranking here. But then this would have come out 2 days ago on Friday, but then right after I finished editing the video, I realized I had forgotten an important movie for this year, so I had to go back and remake all of it. But yesterday I didn't really have the time to, record. I barely had time to fix the rankings to add that movie. So, as of recording this, it's pretty early in the morning on Sunday, and I'm finally recording this. Woo! I hope YouTube hasn't killed me. Anyway, I'm gonna start this. First off, we have the worst movies of 2025. These are simply the ones that I would not recommend under any circumstance watching. I would recommend going out of your way to avoid watching these movies. Your life will be better for it. Of course, in last place, Lilo and Stitch. If you know anything about movies, you know why this is this low. The directors themselves said, they said not to watch it, so I don't know. There is such thing as lying. They could have lied and said it was good, but nope. They just were brutally honest, as they should be. And then Snow White, it's just a soulless live-action remake. The original is just better in every way. This movie has barely any good qualities at all. And then there's the new SpongeBob movie, which is soulless, to say the least. It feels like a blatant cash grab. They made it just because they knew kids will go out and watch it because it's SpongeBob. The animation in this movie looks terrible. The plot it doesn't exist. All of the characters are wrote and voice acted, poorly. All the voice actors, it seems like the voice actors just didn't want to be there. But, and then we have Elio. This is the worst Pixar movie I have ever seen, and I have seen almost every Pixar movie. Yeah, in my opinion, this is worse than Cars 2. This is worse than Lightyear. This just feels like Pixar heard people asking for something new, so they made something new, but they made it as bad as possible so that they could be like, oh, well, we tried to make something new, but you didn't like it. Now we're onto the movies that, if you're given the opportunity, sure, watch it, but, don't go, out of your way to... I wouldn't recommend going, out of your way to see these movies if you're not, I don't know, super big fans of a franchise or something. First of all, The Bad Guys 2. You feel free to click off this video if you feel a burning hatred. But, I never watched the first movie, and I did not understand anything about this movie, and it kind of feels like it's poorly wrote, and a lot of the humor just did not land. But honestly, if those are my worst complaints with this movie, it was a pretty good year. It really was. And then the live action How to Train Your Dragon. I loved this movie. The CGI in this movie, the best living creature CGI I have ever seen. Some of the best CGI I have seen since Tron Legacy and Transformers Revenge of the Fallen. This is a beautiful movie. There is no frame in this movie that doesn't look like there was passion put into making it. Although, is this low because it's just a remake of the original, but with way better graphics, and Toothless kind of doesn't look that good. Like, Toothless is the only thing in this movie that I think doesn't look that good. Like, if you look at the dragon in the back, Astrid's dragon, like, that one looks just so much better. Toothless just feels way too... his face feels too mammal-like, and these are supposed to be reptiles. All the other dragons don't have that problem. All the other dragons look like reptiles. Toothless looks like a scaly mammal. That's, like, my problem with this movie. They did change up Hiccup and Astrid's dynamic a little bit. I mean, Hiccup's crush on Astrid is a little bit more evident in this movie than the original, but that's really the biggest difference I have to say. Oh, the final battle, though, was incredible. Like, the fog at the end, obscuring the big dragon at the end. What was it? The alpha beast or something? I don't know. But that entire scene it just looked so good. Then, we have a Minecraft movie. Sorry, no, I forgot. I mean, the Minecraft movie, because I will not be calling this a Minecraft movie. That's stupid. That name is stupid. But, this movie's really just this low because, I mean, every other movie above it is better than it. It's not that this movie has some terrible crime or anything. I think Jack Black was actually an incredible Steve. I think that if this movie was made 10 years ago, when, like, or if this movie was made when it actually went into production, back when, like, Notch was in charge of Minecraft, Jason Momoa would have been a better Steve then. But the game has just changed so much. It's not that grittier survival game anymore. It is more about the creativity than the survival at this point. And the Minecraft movie reflects that perfectly. And also, I don't want to hear anything bad about the CGI. The CGI in this movie looks really good, and I love how much in this movie was actually practical. Like, the set design looks so good and stuff, and I think the plot and character development is not nearly as bad as people say. I think it's actually pretty good, but... then we have Captain America Brave New World. I don't think anyone expected this to be above 10th. It's a fine movie. I avoided the spoilers and stuff, so I did not know the leader was going to be the villain, and it genuinely, like, took me aback, but, like, not like a bad twist villain kind of way, like, wait, what? How is he the villain? What? Like, in more of, like, a, oh my gosh, how did I not see that coming kind of twist villain. Like, it makes... like, they set up the leader so well in this movie, and then everything about the leader was just done so well. The Red Hulk was also done, in my opinion, really well, and call it a hot take, but Sam Wilson is just definitively a better character than Steve Rogers. He just has so much more depth to him. Steve Rogers is just boring. Sam Wilson is just less boring of a character. But now we're on to the good. These are the movies that I would recommend going out of your way to see. Number 9 is Predator Badlands. I have never seen any other Predator movie. I really don't intend on it. They look pretty gory, and that's not really my thing. But this movie really did a good job at making it feel like an alien world. It doesn't just feel like Earth, but with weird creatures on it. It feels alien. Like, my main complaint with the original Star Wars trilogy is just all of the worlds just feel like Earth. It's just like they're on Earth, and then they go to another planet, but it's just a different part of Earth. But this movie, all the different environments they go through feel like real, like, biomes that are, it feels alien. Like, it's not just that it feels like it's supernatural and not from Earth. It doesn't just have to be that. It's also the fact that everything in this other planet, I don't remember what it's called. I watched this at like 11 p.m. at a sleepover. Like, all of the creatures and plants feel like they're of the same organic, like, it feels like they're all made of the same organic. It feels like they've evolved on the same planet, which, you know, in the lore they have. And, I don't know, the robots are cool, I guess. I don't know. I don't really remember the end that well. But, the way they set up, like, the beast being unkillable and saying, like, he can't kill it, like, whenever they tell the main guy, I don't remember his name, please don't sue me, tell him that he can't kill the beast, it seems like they're just saying, oh, he's not good enough to. But then at the end, it all makes sense. It's literally unkillable. And that's just, this movie is wrote so well, and so much of the humor lands. This movie makes me feel the emotions that it wants to convey. Like, and main guy's, like, progression throughout the movie is done really well. It's like it's a perfect character arc. But, and then we have Zootopia 2. I know, this is above Predator Badlands. This movie, I feel like, is up here for, like, one reason, and one reason alone, and it's the twist villain. And there are videos on YouTube about how good the twist villain is. I'm not gonna explain all of that here. You can go look up a YouTube video if you want. But, it's just so well done, and he's such an unforgivable character, yet you want to forgive him at the same time, which is just something I've never seen in, like, a movie before. Like, the good guy, but he just wants to be evil, and he's good at it. Like, that doesn't work in theory, but Zootopia 2 makes it work. Also, the theme of this movie is just better than the first one. It's just, like, the theme of the first one, but, you know, kind of better? I don't really know how to explain it. The theme just hits so much better than in the first one. And then we have Wicked for Good. This is the movie that I added last second, kind of just threw into the middle of the rankings, because I didn't really know where to put it. This movie is one of the only movies on this list that I saw in theaters, other than, like, the superhero movies. That's, like, Marvel and DC. So the only other ones. This movie had me pointing at my screen and going, oh, they're hinting at it's the Wizard of Oz thing, so many times. And the only reason it's this low, honestly, is just I hate the way they handled the Scarecrow. That's terrible. I don't want to make it seem like this is a terrible movie. That's like my only complaint. But they set up the Scarecrow's art to be like perfect. They set it up perfectly, and then we're like, hold up, wait a minute. This movie needs a happy ending. Hold up, we just gotta go ruin everything. All of this good character setup. They could have, when, like, she was, like, casting the spell and stuff, they could have so easily made it so that she wiped his memory. It was literally, like, my entire time in the theater leading up to that, I was just like, oh, so when is she gonna wipe his mind? Like, but then they didn't, and it was to set up for no one actually died. Everyone's okay. It's all fine, guys. And they just fumbled it so badly. The first movie was so good. Most of this movie was so good. The Scarecrow part ruined it for me, though. But, then The Wild Robot. If I'm being honest, I watched this movie once in theaters when it came out, and never again, and I don't really remember it. All I remember is that I'm pretty sure I cried in the theater, like, twice while watching this movie. And that's a lot for me. This silly little robot. And the antagonist genuinely felt like a robot, which is something I don't see enough. Like, you would think it would be easy. You would think it would be easier to write a robot than to write a person, but so often the AI villain doesn't act like an AI, it acts like a person. And I'm so glad that this movie actually did it right. This movie did everything right. I don't think I have a single complaint with it. I never read the book, but this movie made me want to read the book that it's based off of. And the humor was good. It was very emotional. It's just a well-written movie. And now we have The Incredible. These are the movies that if you have not seen them yet, what is wrong with you? First of all, Fantastic Four First Steps. This movie is up here for 3 reasons. Number 1, the set design and world building. It feels like another universe. That's not something many movies... I've rarely ever seen movies actually pull off the it's another universe thing. Right. This is not a parallel universe, is the thing. It's not one of those, it's our universe, but different. It's a different universe. The tech, it feels like it, was probably pretty similar to our universe up until about, I don't know, the 50s or something, and then it just went in a completely different direction. It doesn't feel like when it's supposed to take place, which is the 60s. This is not the 60s. It's not the 60s just because they don't have laptops and cell phones and VR headsets and AI. They actually do have better AI than ours. I mean, just look at Herbie. It feels like they focused on different scientific developments than, like, we did in the real world. Like, well, we focused on making computers smaller and smaller and more portable, and making AIs smarter and smarter and smarter, and at the same time more annoying. But this movie feels like in their universe they focused on, like, instead, like, space travel, architecture, like flying cars. That's why they still have those like boxy cameras. They never focused much scientific development on making their cameras smaller. Instead, they focused on making their spaceships faster, making their robots more people-like and cuter. I mean, just look at Herbie and tell me that is not the cutest thing you've ever seen. Then we have Tron Ares. No one, and I mean no one except me, put this movie this high on their list. But I think this movie is so, it's just, it looks incredible. It's like everything I said about the How to Train Your Dragon movie looking phenomenal, but like an original plot. And the plot's not as bad as critics make it seem. This plot really is pretty good. The lesson of what makes life special is that it doesn't last forever. That's genuinely a good theme that I don't feel like is done well in movies much, or media in general. It's never done well. I've seen it done a lot, but like, this movie does it well. And I'm a big fan of sci-fi tech, and this sci-fi tech is sci-fi teching. It feels like they took all of the tech from Tron Legacy. No, not from Tron. That it looks completely different. Feels like they took all the tech from Tron Legacy and made it actually work in the real world. I know that all of this is CGI, but like, if you look at the light cycle there, it just looks so much more aerodynamic, and like the way the wheels spin, you can actually like see how the wheels spin with the little thingies inside of the wheels that are spinning the wheels. That's like, all of it makes sense. They put so much care into making sure all of this tech made sense. And the choreography in this movie, oh my god, the choreography. Everything about the choreography is just some of the best. Just simply some of the best. The way they use the sci-fi tech in the fight scenes is so good. The way they do the like group shots in the fight scenes, like when they're hacking into the other building, it, like the way all of the AIs are fighting each other, that just feels really good. And the way they use their little light staff things, the way the staffs create like the little solid part, and then when they like swing around the staffs, they're able to like step on the staffs and then like jump off the staffs in order to hit more people with the staffs, and it just looks so good. There's not a single frame in this movie that does not look good. And Dillinger in this movie, he was just wrote, I feel, way better than people give him credit for. Like, Dillinger was just wrote really good. And sure, you can critique Ares for feeling a little too, like, a little bit of, like, a stalker type character, but, like, Ares is an AI that doesn't really understand human emotions, so give him a break. No, I will not call him Ares. That's stupid. Then, number 3, we have K-pop Demon Hunters. I was not expecting to like this movie at all. I have never liked a single other movie in this genre. I rarely like musicals at all. Like, that's like most Disney movies. But this movie isn't like most Disney movies, most Disney musicals. This movie is good. Like, top 3 movies of the year good. In, like, one of the best years for movies in the past while, in my opinion. The music, I don't like pop in general, let alone K-pop. But this movie had some bangers. This movie's music, this movie's soundtrack was just so good. The way they incorporated the fight scenes and the music together was done really, really well. All of the art design, like the fight scenes look really cool. The art style in general just looks really cool. And they very well could have just made them being like pop stars a separate thing from them being like the hunters. They very well could have made that 2 separate things. But the way they incorporated it together, like, the music is what is fighting back the demons. They handled everything in this movie. Everything in this movie is just perfect. I can't think of a single complaint for this movie. It's not really my genre. This is not a genre I'm very interested in. But, nevertheless, if you have not seen this movie, go see it. You will be thankful for it. You will be thankful that you went out of your way to watch this movie. Whether or not you think you will like it beforehand doesn't matter. You most certainly will enjoy it. But, then we have Superman. Yeah, this movie is probably a worse movie than K-pop Demon Hunters, but it is way more my genre of movie. This is just... I've never seen a DC superhero movie before other than Lego Batman. So this is like my introduction to that universe, and oh my god, is it a good way to start. Like, this movie proves that you don't need a super long introduction sequence. They basically skip over Superman's entire backstory, and they manage to cover it in like 3 minutes or less. And you get, like, everything you need to know about Superman in, like, the first 5 minutes. Like, Superman's just a good person. It's kind of like the Steve Rogers effect, but Superman isn't perfect. Like, Superman has character flaws. He feels like a real person, even though he's even less of a person than Steve Rogers, I guess, because he's a Kryptonian or something. But the theme of this movie, that what makes you human is your ability to care. Such a good theme. Perfect theme. That, no notes. Like, at all. This... Oh, also, all the costume design is really cool. Lex Luthor is such a good villain. I feel like as I keep going through these movies, I have like less and less to talk about each movie. But, you know, maybe that's just because I'm better at talking about the bad. But this movie deserves being called one of the best movies of the year. It is. It is genuinely just a really good movie, and it makes me so excited for the new DCU and the new Lanterns show, the Supergirl movie. Supergirl movie looks so good. I don't know what to feel about the Lanterns show, but it seems to be the consensus online. I just need to move on to the next one. Time for some honorable mentions. These are movies that I wanted to see, but for whatever reason, did not end up seeing, and then I just kind of forgot about them, and now they're here, and I don't really have any time to, like, go back and watch them before making this ranking, because it's already April. First of all, FNAF 2. I actually don't want to see this movie. It's not my genre, but my friends would be mad at me if I didn't put it in this video. And then Freakier Friday, I just kind of never got around to seeing it after it went on to streaming. And theaters are expensive these days, man. I'm not going to see that shit in theaters. Avatar Fire and Ash. The Avatar series is very daunting, okay? And I don't really want to watch 6 hours of movies for that. And then Dogman, I don't know, just never got around to seeing that one. It looks good. There's no real reason I didn't see it. Then Predator Wastelands. I covered why I didn't see this in when I was talking about the Predator movies. It's just, I don't like gore. One of the main reasons I don't like horror. And then Jurassic World Rebirth, kind of just same thing as Avatar, except there's also a book, and I'm a read book first kind of guy. And that book is boring, honestly. I hate to say it. The Jurassic Park book is just boring. Like, really nothing else to it. And then Formula One, the movie. I'm a Cars movie kind of guy, so I prefer, like, NASCAR, but, you know, Formula One is cool, and, you know, they're probably not gonna make a NASCAR movie for a while. So, this movie just kind of looked like a movie I would enjoy. It's about racing. That's cool. I like that. But, time for the best. This is the movie that, if you've not seen this movie, you need to see it. And if you end up not putting it at the top of your list, you are probably, you are one of two things. Either you have terrible taste, or you put K-pop Demon Hunters at the top of your list. And I don't want to hear any other answers, because those are the only two possibilities other than putting this movie at the top of your list. It's the Thunderbolts. I will not be calling it the New Avengers in this video. That name is shit. These are not the Avengers. These are not the New Avengers. The New Avengers are a completely separate team. None of these characters are in the New Avengers. These are way more the West Coast Avengers. I mean, it has U.S. Agent in it. And, yeah, if they had just not gone with calling them the New Avengers, this movie probably would have been far better received online. But at the same time, this movie is wrote incredibly well. I want you to try to find a plot hole. No, there are no major plot holes. Sure, you might point out a couple of tiny little inconsistencies, but who really cares about tiny little inconsistencies when the plot is this good? I have seen this movie at least 10 times now, and every single time I notice that the plot is even deeper than I previously thought. If that is not a sign of a movie that had just so much time and care put into it, I don't know what is. Every time I watch it, I try to focus on a different character, and every single character is so well written. Like, even Ghost is, like, a sad character. I love how they turned all of these characters that they probably would have killed off otherwise, except for Bucky. I don't think they'll ever kill off Bucky, unfortunately. I didn't say that. You did not hear that. All of these characters were originally planned to be killed off in this movie, but they didn't. And the Marvel Cinematic Universe is better off for it. This is one of the only good movies in the Multiverse Saga. And I'm one of the people that thinks Black Widow and The Eternals are bearable movies. This is a shining light. The return to a good Marvel Cinematic Universe. A Marvel Cinematic Universe that will consistently put out good projects. Although this will blow probably anything they do in the next 10 years out of the water. This blows everything in the Marvel Cinematic Universe so far out of the water. This movie touches themes that are so rarely covered in movies, especially of this genre. And they need to be covered more. This movie is near perfect. I will say, though, Bucky is kind of too perfect at the start of this movie. I get that he already had all of his character development, and there's really nothing else they could do, but he just is really the only character in this movie that doesn't learn some kind of lesson or become a better person by the end. Like, even Val learns, like, stop thinking that you're perfect. You know, you're not as good as you think. And that's what she learns. But every character learns something different throughout this movie. And that's what makes this movie so good. The care that was put into it, especially compared to most everything else in the Multiverse Saga so far. But I've rambled for too long. I've rambled for like 7 minutes on this, so I will see you guys all next time for probably Minecraft or CS2. And I'll see you next time. Goodbye.